So, hey everybody, welcome to our homeschooling event. My name is Hinarira, and today we are a group of homeschooling mums that are going to share with you a little bit about what we do in terms of health, homeschooling, and wellness, and also how we are able to create an income from home. So, as I said, my name is Hinarira, and I've been homeschooling for, my eldest is 17 next week, and we've homeschooled ever since she was a baby. So it's been an incredible journey. During the time, as you would know, as a homeschooler, you're at home, so it's always usually one income. And I was 10 years into my homeschooling journey when I realised, you know what, I could actually do something from home. And when I started doing something from home, it just added so much more to my life because I had something for me. And it added a lot to my children too, because they would see me creating an income from home. And now I'm happy to say, hopefully, that I'm creating entrepreneurs as well, because that is really paramount in our homeschooling journey. So when I jumped on what you are about to see today, I jumped on 11 months ago, and up until then I had tried a few things. I had enjoyed them, but I was still trading time for money. When I came across this opportunity, the product and the opportunity, it totally changed our lives. Not only did it increase our health, my son's eczema disappeared. He was, scabby and blood on his arms. That's disappeared. My husband's sugar cravings just dropped dramatically. And I stopped nanny napping. I lost some weight. And my children, my teenagers' acne, my pimples disappeared. I knew that we were onto a good thing because I was very passionate. Before I'm doing what I'm doing, I was actually a raw food coach, and you'll learn why. This has a raw food theme to it. So when I jumped on the business, I could see pretty much straight away the potential of this. And maybe 6 months into it, my husband actually lost his job. We were living in Tasmania. He lost his job, and for the first time, because it's happened a few times, husband losing job, the company went into liquidation, and the first time in our married life, we've been married 21 years, we did not feel the stress of him having this job loss. I was able to take over with this business, and I was able to help my family and support my family, and I still am at the moment, because he's now creating an organisation, which has still meant that he's not earning income yet until the organisation is set up. But as soon as that happened, we decided that, well, you know what, let's move from here and go closer to family. And we decided that we wanted to travel first. So we travelled around Tasmania, and then we did Victoria, and made our way up. We went to Sydney for a while, and then have come up here. And we've had the opportunity to do that because of what I'm doing, without the stress. And that is now my mission, to help families create incredible memories without financial strain. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the time over to Rachel, who is going to share with you what we are really excited about. So, Rachel, I will find you, and there you go.
I just unmuted myself.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi, everyone. My name's Rachel. I am a homeschooling mama of two beautiful girls. I've been homeschooling for 5 years. Juice Plus first came into our life about 2.5 years ago, and I'd originally said no to it due to the fact that I can myself quite healthy. I eat organically. We don't eat processed foods, all of that sort of stuff. So I was one of those people who thought I eat enough fruits and vegetables, or my family and I do, and we don't need it. About 6 months on from that, my daughter got quite sick with a parasite. We'd been in Thailand, and she became very emaciated and wasn't eating at all. And my girlfriend who had introduced it to me the first time, she recommended that I go on it again for Pixie and help her rebuild the children's health, the children's product. So my husband and I went on it by default, actually, because you get the children's product for free when you go on an adult serve. So I decided to give it another go. I was quite desperate at that time. And what we found, Pixie started rebuilding. She got her appetite back basically straight away within the first few days, and she started rebuilding, and we just kept taking the product. 6 months into being on the product, we noticed that my husband's psoriasis, which he'd had for about 25 years, started to disappear. And we're like, okay, wow, this is really amazing. It's actually doing something. And I paid attention to what was going on in my body, and people were commenting on how clear my skin looked, and I wasn't getting the afternoon zombie mama thing going on anymore. I wasn't reaching for coffee or sugar or I had been a sugar addict the majority of my life, and so I wasn't craving sugar anymore. And 12 months on, my husband's psoriasis is completely healed. We've been on the product for 2.5 years now, and we absolutely love it. It's changed the quality of our life. So this is what we're talking about. These are the capsules, the Juice Plus capsules. Okay, so there's fruit, vegetable, and berry. It's 28 different fruits and vegetables in a vegan capsule, so you're getting that many serves of veggies a day. Now, the CSIRO just put out a study that has shown that only 4 out of 5 people are not eating enough fruits and vegetables in their diet. They're not getting the 2 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. So with these, you're getting 28 different fruits and vegetables in your diet every day. They're micronutrients, so they're vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. And what I noticed, is that it's actually a food label. So they're a whole food, they're raw, and they can go off. So unlike the vitamins and minerals that you get in the supermarkets and chemists off the shelf, they're not synthesized in a laboratory. They're real food. So they're 100% bioavailable. Your body absorbs everything. So for that, you can imagine that the benefits that you get daily from having that many fruits and veggies in your diet every day. They also contain live enzymes, which is awesome for gut health, and it helps. It's for better nutrient absorption. They're the most highly researched nutritional on the planet. They have 35 gold standard research studies that have been done on them and counting, and they've all been peer reviewed and published in medical journals. So they're just amazing. They're also, I'm a health coach. I've found in my health coaching practice that they're a wonderful catalyst for change. So as I know that probably a lot of us have ended up at a naturopath, and they've told us to stop eating all in one go: dairy, wheat, gluten, sugar, coffee. And what I've found with which is almost impossible, doing that from my own personal experience, people walk away from the naturopath and they just think, oh my God, how can I stop eating that? And then they get frozen and they don't do anything. They don't make any change. So with introducing the capsules into your diet with minimal effort, so as opposed to you putting in junk and it craving junk, you're putting in that amount of nutrients every day, so your body starts wanting more of those things, which is amazing. So people, they change effortlessly as opposed to it being a struggle. The company is a heart-driven, heart-centered for 17 years with a children's health study. So they're Jude's, they're vegan, they're made on tapioca. So they've been sponsoring kids and the children. And they've sponsored over 1 million children. So Kids eat better, they make better choices, they poop better, their behaviour is better, they're not so flighty. I've got a wonderful story about a friend whose husband started eating, she went on the product, had the juice for her child. Her husband had never eaten a fruit and vegetable in his life. And he started eating these because they were sweet, not really even knowing what they were. And instead of craving, he started craving fruit. So instead of eating ice cream over night time, he's making himself fruit salad and things. And 12 months on, he's eating salads. Like, his whole life has completely changed. So, yeah, it's awesome. On top of this, we have in addition to this, we have the Complete Shakes. It's a whole food vegan protein powder, which is packed with superfoods. It's macronutrients, so it's a wonderful addition to the capsules, which is the micronutrients. It's a whole balanced meal, so it's protein, fats and carbs. It's wonderful to use as a meal on the go, as a meal replacement, and if weight loss is your goal, it's wonderful as a meal replacement. For that, you can use it as a snack. My kids have it for breakfast, and when I know that they're having this for breakfast, I know that they're getting everything that their body needs to fuel them for the day. And on top of that, as an added bonus, we also have an amazing program called the Juicy Body Transformation. And it was designed by Kieran Adam Westwick to inspire healthy eating cultures in the homes. And you get access to an online community, 24-hour support. There's delicious recipes. I think there's 5 recipe books to date. And Kira's just done an amazing Easter recipe, which is like healthy, guilt-free chocolate recipes. So you can eat, and whatever your goal is, there's no feelings of deprivation using those recipes. You have lifetime access, and also if weight loss is your goal, there is a shred program available too. So that's it. I think we're going to hear some awesome stories now, some more stories. So Merle, I think you're going to go next.
Hi everybody, I'm Merle. I'm a homeschooling mum of 3 children. Quite new to homeschooling. This is just our 3rd term, but loving it, loving the freedom that it's giving us. And I don't know, since we started homeschooling, we're just on the go all the time, constantly out and about, and running sort of from sun up to sundown, and that can take its toll. So I've been on the capsules and periodically having the complete powders for 2 months now. And at first I was kind of, I was eating pretty healthy, so I wasn't sort of expecting to necessarily see major changes, but I try not to look in the mirror too much, but I've certainly been getting lots of compliments from people about my skin, how it's glowing, and also I could feel for myself that my hair just felt in better condition. But the biggest thing I've noticed, because I have been doing an awful lot of exercise, a lot of it quite out of my comfort zone over the last couple of months, and one of the biggest things I've noticed for me is that I'm not having muscle pains and sort of hobbling around the day after I've done an exercise for the first time, or used muscles that I haven't used in 20 years. So I've just recently got a horse and been going riding quite regularly, and was up riding for about 40 minutes yesterday, and I thought, I won't be able to move tomorrow, but no muscle pain at all. I had an incident last week where the horse and I had a bit of an altercation with a fence, and both came off with minor injuries, mine mostly is, and even the major huge bruises, but I was very sore. But by the next day, the pain was going already, and they were healing. So I'm finding that I heal faster. as Rachel and other people have said, I've given up my nanny naps. So my day used to be kind of planned around my nanny naps, and now I don't have to do that anymore. So that's wonderful. And I've had some fantastically really, really busy days. And I'm tired by the evening, but I've managed to go all day, and that's just wonderful. So, and I know it's all down to the Juice Plus capsules. As I say, I was eating fairly healthy anyway, but just knowing that in taking those, the micronutrients and the antioxidants are working away in my body, reversing the damage of 52 years, probably maybe 35 of those not eating the best and not doing the best, and being exposed to pollution, etc. Just know, I can sort of see and feel myself that that the capsules are doing the job. I'm also pleased to say that in the 2 months since I started the product, I've continued my weight loss journey, and I'm down under 100 kilos for the first time in about 2 years. So, and feel really confident about keeping going, because this is a lifestyle change, not a diet. So, and I just feel so supported by the capsules and the complete powders, which, by the way, if you're the kind of person that struggles to have breakfast in the morning, or you're constantly on the run, make fantastic meal replacements that you can whip up in seconds and take with you. So fantastic. I don't think I'll ever go off the Juice Plus. So, okay, that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Merle. Thank you so much for that. Okay, we're going to pass the time over to Leona, who's going to share her story as well.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me
Hello.
okay?
Yes.
All right, cool. Okay, thank you, ladies. Yes, my name's Leona. I'm a homeschooling mum of 6, and I live in Tasmania. And we're just heading out the door, actually, today. We're all on the go. But I just wanted to quickly share my story with you all. So I've been on the product now for 7 months, and I've had some quite profound changes that I'm eternally grateful for. And I'll be taking this product forever because of it. It's impacted my family in such a great way. So so 7 months ago, I was feeling really tired, and I was in a lot of pain. I have fibromyalgia and associated chronic fatigue. And as you can imagine, trying to homeschool 6 kids and being exhausted all the time was really difficult at the best of times. And I was starting to also, I wasn't able to do the physical things anymore, like go on family hikes. It's something that we've loved to do for years, but last year it got to a point where I couldn't do that anymore. And so we spent most of our time at home. And okay, quickly. And yeah, and so I was just really sore, and a friend of mine introduced the juicy beans to me, and I wanted to give it a go because I thought, what's the harm? It looks completely natural. I couldn't see anything synthetic in there, and there was no ingredients that I didn't recognize. I had experience before with just using whole food products, especially things like juicing and smoothies, and they always helped me to feel better. And so I was hoping that this may do the same thing. And so I started taking them, and it only took a couple of weeks for me to notice a difference. So I used to be on medication every day for my just for my joint pain, and I haven't had to do that anymore. So it's been 6 months now that I've been medication free, which I'm really, really excited about. I can get up in the morning. It doesn't hurt to get out of bed. I used to limp around for the first maybe half an hour until the meds kicked in. So that doesn't happen anymore. I also don't need anything to fall asleep. I can sleep better. And I also suffered from chronic hay fever and asthma. And so that's gone too. So that's great. Oh, every now and then I might get a little hint of it, but it's nothing. It's like a little sniffle that makes me wonder, oh, is my hay fever coming back? But it used to be, rubbing my eyes. I couldn't wear makeup because I'd always rub my makeup into my eyes. And so I used eye drops daily. I had a nasal spray and I had an antihistamine, so I didn't use any of that. And I was able to get the kids' health study for my son and the kids' shoes, and so he's also had some great benefits. Similar to Henrietta's little boy, my son was the same. He'd scratch his skin off and always be bleeding and had, just sores everywhere. He didn't sleep very well at night because of that, and he had his asthma and hay fever like me. So he's very similar. He has relief from those three things. He's also medication free. We have like a medication box sitting up on the fridge that doesn't really get touched anymore. And so it's great. I don't have to worry about steroid creams for him or antihistamines or, things at night time to help him sleep. He's heaps better, and I'm much better, and I'm back to doing things with my family. We're back to hiking, and I don't fall asleep in the afternoons when I'm trying to read them stories on the couch like I used to before. I've got lots more energy. Pain levels are great. So yeah, it's just been awesome for us, and something that I'm really grateful for, especially because I'm spending so much time with my kids. I don't, I guess, have the luxury of being able to be sore during the day and take time for myself to have a sleep. With homeschooling, you don't really get that. So it's really blessed our life as a homeschooling family to have such a wonderful product that helps us all feel great. So that's my story. Thanks, Annetta.
Thanks, Leona. Okay, we're going to pass the time now over to Emma. We're going to change it up a little, and Emma's going to share with us a little bit about how we share this amazing product. So, Emma, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's been a bit crazy here this morning. There was loads of noise, but it's all stopped now, and I'm hoping that it's not going to start again whilst I'm presenting this. So I'm Emma. I'm the mum of a 5-year-old. We've been homeschooling. We homeschooled in the UK because they're supposed to start school at 3 there. And then when we got here, he had a little attempt at kindy, but it took him 3 weeks to decide that homeschool was better. A lot of people talk about being a single income family. Well, I'm a single parent, so with him homeschooling, that meant we would be a no income family. So that's how I decided to start this business. It's something that I can do around him without having to go out to work, and it fits in quite nicely with homeschooling. So the last time we did this event, I was actually at a homeschooling event, which was a whole lot easier than being at home actually. So yeah, I heard about the business. First of all, I just responded to a post somebody put online. And at the first I said no. And then various things came about, including me searching for to solve my own health issues. So I was one of those people that was constant. I was not well. I didn't feel healthy. And as a 45-year-old single parent, with no family in this hemisphere, you really get so that I started to worry, what if something happens to me? How's my child going to survive in the world? So I really wanted to take care of myself for him. It became really important. And although I'd seen the business and said no, as I was searching for my own health solutions, I kept coming across the product. So in the end, we were homeschooling. I needed a way of earning money. I needed to improve my health. And I actually, once I'd researched it, I decided to jump all in with everything and started the business and the product on the same day. And then I started to realize as I got into that, actually just what a great team we're in and how there's so much support. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the business structure first. Our business differs. A lot of businesses have this kind of structure. So a lot of businesses, you have a CEO maybe at the top, and you have lots of workers at the bottom. So a supermarket is a common one to talk about. There's lots of people on the lower salaries and just 1 or 2 people on the higher salaries. I used to work in a school, very similar, lots of support staff in a school, a few teachers, a few heads of department, a few deputy heads, principal. The issue with those kind of businesses is that these people at the bottom don't really have any chance of getting to the top here. There's too much competition. And with our business, we have this kind of shape. and I do it like this because absolutely everybody that starts at the bottom can work their way to the top. So with teaching, for example, I went to university and got a degree, which meant I could go into the system halfway up, even though I didn't want to progress I didn't want to be a principal and have all the stress of those things. With this business, my degree didn't help me at all. I still had to start at the bottom just like everyone else does. You're called a virtual franchisee when you start at the bottom, and when you get to the top, you're called an NMD, which is National Marketing Director. So everybody has the opportunity. There's unlimited numbers of positions at the top. Everyone can do it if they want to. Not everyone wants to. Some people are happy just saving a bit of money on their product or making pocket money, but some people have the desire to make a full-time income out of this, and that's certainly my intention. I get support from the government at the moment on Centrelink, but my goal is to surpass that and demonstrate to my child, really. I don't want him to grow up seeing that you live off the government. I want him to grow up knowing that we are self-determined people and we're in charge of our own destiny, and we can create the life that we want to live. And he's really part of creating that with me. The great thing about this as well is that we all help each other. So because of the fact that there's unlimited positions at the top and everyone can get there, we don't have to compete against each other. We don't have to, say horrible things about the other person so that we get the promotion and not them. In fact, it works much better for us if we hold hands and all help each other to go as far as we want to in the business, whether that be the top or not. We're also, the team we're in at the moment is actually the most successful in the whole of the Juice Plus business at this particular point in time. We've got lots of people that have reached this position at the top here that are supporting us. They've written a great program in the JBT, and they've also got a really teachable strategy and approach, and they give us everything that we need to do and lots of training to help us so that we can get to the top there, because they all started at the bottom too. They know exactly what it's like, and it really is a step-by-step process. All we have to do is to be teachable and consistent with our work and treat it like a business. So just on that, some people do join this because they're interested in the product and they want to save money. And that is totally fine. If that's you, there's no problem with that. But I've certainly done businesses like this in the past and not made any money out of them. And the difference is I didn't treat it like a business, and I didn't have a great team with a system that worked showing me what to do. So that's the first part. Another thing that I was concerned about, and lots of people worry about when they think about this type of business, is, you need to know lots of people. You actually don't need to know lots of people at all. We were new in town. In fact, we'd been living in the UK for a few years. So I'd moved back to Australia and moved to a part of Australia that we'd never lived in before. I'd only been here 6 months. And the person that I learned about the business from was a person called Trisha. She was traveling Australia, and she posted something on Facebook about how she was running a business online and traveling around Australia, and the business was paying for her and her husband and her child to travel around the country, and would anybody be interested in that? And I was certainly interested in how she was doing it. So she was the person that I first got in contact with. And like I said no at first, and then a few months later it stayed in the back of my mind, and suddenly it was the right time, the right product, and everything fell into place for us. So I jumped up and said, yeah, okay, I'm ready, let's go, let's do this. And Trisha helped me to get started, and she helped me to talk to people about the product and the program and the business. And the first person I spoke to was a lady called Erin. Erin and I had both, we'd recently met. We were both living away from our families. We both had boys around the same age. We were both looking for a health change. We were both looking to earn a little bit of extra cash that previously. So I sort of reached out to her and said, hey, Erin, I think I may have found something that you're interested in. I got really lucky because Erin actually knew all about the product. She'd been on them before, and she'd stopped taking them. So that was, she she'd got to the point where she was like, I really need to get back into Juice Plus. Like, it really made a difference to her health, her well-being, and her family's health and immune systems. And so she was ready to get Juice Plus back into her life. And at first she was just going to order the product, and then she was like, hang on, let's do this business too. The second person was someone that I used to work with, who was called Sonia. The third person was someone I'd never met before in my life. Our very first conversation, it was at Homeschool soccer match and or practice. And the lady said to me, how do you make this work? How do you earn money? So I told her about this business, and she was really interested in both a health change and a wealth change. So she joined me. Merle, who presented earlier, has also recently joined me. I've got my friend Imogen, who just wanted to save money on her product, but actually has started sharing it. I have got an old friend who I haven't seen for ages, who lives in the US, actually. So we both grew up together in the UK. Now she's in the US. She has joined. And then also all of these people, so Erin introduced the product and the business to Chantal, and Chantal has introduced it to someone, Erin's introduced it to another 3 or 4 people, Sonia's introduced it to someone, Annette's introduced it to someone who's introduced it to someone, and so on. So the business just kind of grows without, at the beginning, I just knew this person and this person. And the business has grown from there. So you don't need to know lots of people. And the beauty of social media is, and this business is, that you can include customers and share the business with people from 28 countries around the world. So that's how I got started. We're going to go over now and hear a story from Ellen. Ellen is, she's now reached the point in the business where she is earning the highest commission that you can, which, so she's at a position called SC. She'll tell you a little bit more about her journey so far.
Hi guys, my name's Ellen. I'm a stay-at-home mum of 2 beautiful boys. I've got a 3-year-old, this is Joshua, and I've got a 1-year-old, and we're definitely going to be homeschooling. My husband was homeschooled, and he's such an incredible man of integrity, so I'm looking forward to bringing up 2 beautiful boys like that as well. Please don't do that. I'm talking. Just wait. No, please stop. Sorry, guys. Juice Plus came into my life about 8 months ago. I saw an incredible opportunity come up on Instagram, and I looked at it and thought, hang on, sorry. Please, baby. Isn't it like the thing that they're always so well behaved until you start speaking? And then they're like, I want to be in. I saw this opportunity, and it was just at the time where I was looking at our finances, and they were so tight. They were right down the line. But homeschooling and staying home with the babies was really important to us. So I clicked on it and inquired, and was really skeptical, and talked to my husband about it, who was also really skeptical. And in the end, I decided to give it a go for 6 months. So it's been 8 months now, and it's just been an incredible journey. And I'm looking forward to paying off my mortgage in the next 2 to 5 years, and to be able to retire my husband by the end of this year.
Great. Thank you so much for that, Ellen. It looks like she may have cut out a little, but she was able to share her story with us. So that's the power of what we're doing here. We are, we're just homeschooling mums, sharing our story, but also sharing our vision for us and for our friends and family. So we're grateful to have you come on, and for those of you who have received the recording, thank you very much for watching. And so now the next step for you is, if this looks if it at all resonates with you, if you're looking at getting healthy and helping others get healthy and create a side income for your family or more, then just reach out to the person that sent you this recording, and that person will be able to give you more information. So thank you everyone for sharing, and thanks everyone for jumping on and taking a look at what we're doing. Okay, bye.